My name is Charley Nordin. I'm currently a master's student at Trinity studying sociology. I row for DUBC and I am a Tokyo 2021 Paralympic silver medalist. Sport's been a huge part of my life for as long as I can remember. I initially grew up playing soccer. That was kind of the family sport. Transitioned into cross-country running and track and field, and that's really where I first kind of found my passion for power endurance sports. When I was 16 years old, I fell off a rope swing and fell about 40 feet and had burst fractures in my L3, L4, and L5 vertebrae that partially severed my spinal cord. I have nerve damage through my right leg. I can't feel my right leg at all. My right calf and right glute don't work at all, which is what qualifies me for the Paralympics. The injury itself was easily the hardest moment, hardest weeks, months of my life. Going from just like a 16-year-old kid that loved sports, my whole life surrounded around sports, to not being able to walk, to being in a wheelchair for months, being in a hospital for weeks on end. It was incredibly challenging, and it absolutely changed my life. In a weird way, I'm grateful for it now because it's given me such a fresh perspective on life. I never take anything for granted. If I'm having a bad day, I'll just go out for a walk, because there were times in my life where I couldn't do that. The love and support from my friends and family during that period is what got me through it. I would not have been able to without them. One of the hardest parts about it is having your identity be built up around this one thing and then no longer being able to do anything. Finding rowing became probably one of the biggest healing things for me, because I became an athlete again and I felt strong again. And although I still have this impairment, I don't feel limited by it anymore. And sport played the largest role in helping me come to terms with what happened and feel okay about it again. My Paralympic experience was easily the most special couple weeks of my life. As we've kind of talked about healing, being a part of a community that understands you and understands what you've gone through was incredible. And it wasn't something that I knew I was missing until I had access to it. Getting called up and having the honor to wear the red, white, and blue and represent your country on the biggest stage of all, it's an honor. We were at the Olympic Stadium, and it's right before you go out. You're kind of waiting in the wings, and you see your flag flying. You hear the announcer say, and now the United States of America. And then you all walk out, and it was one of the coolest moments of my life, incredibly surreal, a moment that I'll never forget. I'd say I'm most inspired by my friends and family back home, just because they held me down through just the toughest days, and in a way, being able to pay it back to them and being able to have a medal to show them and to put in their hands, and to have a physical representation of all those years of struggle and of recovery and of support that they gave to me, to then go back and bring that back to them. I mean, that's what I dreamt about. That's what inspired me. To anyone with a disability, anyone with a serious injury, and that's thinking about getting into sport, that's apprehensive about it, my advice would be to go for it. You are capable of more than you ever could imagine. I know it seems scary right now. I know there's a lot of uncertainty about what you can and can't do, but you won't know until you try.